Hello and welcome to the Vocational Program Move for ICES Inc. Thank you for joining me. I'm Gavin Butler and I will be walking through the project that we've conducted and what it did for the company, as well as financial gain and other things it means for the future of the company. So, what is this project? Why are we here? So this project was a project management of the Trumbull move from one location for our vocationals care program to another location in Trumbull, also for our vocational care program. Our company, ICES Inc., cares for individuals with special needs, and part of that is giving them a vocational workspace, which needs to be met to certain standards by the DDS. So for this project, we needed to be able to move to a new location by the end of our lease on August 31st, 2025, as well as having the project location meet certain standards as per a standard of excellence by the state of Connecticut in order for them to allow us to host individuals there for a vocational studies program. Along with that, in order to facilitate a correct vocational program, it requires everyone from ICES Inc. from multiple departments to come together in order to meet all their deliverables in such a short period of time. For this project, we had 4 overlining goals. I'm going to summarize these for you so that you understand what we were going for in this project. The first goal that we were trying to complete is before the deadline of August 1st, 2025. We needed to reach parallel functionality between both locations. What that means is it allows for both locations to be workable. A employee will have all the functionality at one location as they do in the other location by August 1st, so that they are able to choose which location they want to work out of. And if during the move they had to work at another location, they're still able to complete their day-to-day tasks to make sure that the transfer is as easy as possible. Our second goal was to make sure that we create a DDS approved environment for individuals to complete their vocational work and provide a safe environment for the staff that work with them to meet their everyday needs and be able to complete their daily tasks. The third goal is to utilize an online marketing program known as Monday.com that controls project plans and is overall a ticketing system, as well as many other things, to create a all-purpose project plan template that can be utilized in many other projects across ICES for the foreseeable future, whether you be a project manager or simply someone trying to run a small project for a department. You are able to meet those expectations and follow along with the template, so it's easy for you to figure out. This creates a level of formality for the projects in the future for ICES and allows us to meet certain expectations in a certain period of time and not let projects go by the wayside. Lastly, the last goal for this project was to integrate ICES's sister company, Connecticut Transportation Solutions, which provide transport for individuals with special needs in schooling systems as well as small private schools to be able to function out of the new location, as well as host their fleet of vehicles on site in the new location. So how is this project different from other projects, specifically those conducted at this company? Before, the projects at ICES were very informal. They were just an idea. We know what we need, and we're going to get it done. What this project hoped to do was create a formal methodology for the project planning. We use project management resources such as Gantt charts, online resources, deliverables, stakeholder management ideals, and other things that needed to be met in order to make sure this project kept a certain level of formality. We created timelines for each time, and as well as tracking for each of these deliverables. Formal stakeholder management, as I said, is conducted for each time a deliverable is met by project leads, and along with that, we created a dashboard to keep track of different deliverables, and with this dashboard, it created an immediate reactionary update and improved stakeholder management to allow the completion of deliverables in the project plan to be more succinct and better in formality, and allow us to remove some of the mistakes or falling behind in certain project deliverables. So what does this mean for the company's budget? Why did we do this? What does it allow for the company? So first of all, this helped succeed in the project's completion by the specified date. As of the current point, this project is being run. It is being run successfully, and we are meeting up to budgetary standards. So part of this is the ARPA, or ARPA, was provided by the state of Connecticut. It was a $70,000 working budget that we were allowed to complete and fund this project with. As of right now, all total investments provided by the company, including materials, maintenance, technology, moving, initial payments, as well as staffing, were all paid for $64,437.27, which means that we are only using 92% of our budget utilization, which means that we still have plenty of extra money in case something goes wrong or we need something else last minute. We are able to use that last bit of $70,000 in order to meet that budgetary standard. Along with that, our return on investment. So our return on investment is based off of our yearly operational cost of $569,000, and we earn about $600,000 a year from revenue. With this in mind, with the initial cost, as well as what we would be earning per month and what is left over of the $70,000 that we had in the initial investment, we're looking at a 1.44 return on investment, or a 44% increase on return on investment, or 144% of our total value for return on investment by the end of the year. So between 9/1/2025 and 9/1/2026. This spillover, about $31,000 a month, can be reinvested back in, or per year, my apologies, can be reinvested back into the company, and we are looking to meet this extra value that we earn per month to equate to that $31,000 a year at about 27 days into the month. Our earning costs of what it costs for upkeep, plus our earnings that we make from contracts, breaks even at about 27 days, allowing for 3 extra days of revenue that we need to invest back in the company. This is important that we keep in mind. Even though we make this money, the company does need to spend this money, as it is a not-for-profit organization. The contracts are provided by the state of Connecticut that we need to meet each year in order to keep those amount of contracts. If we spend too little, they will reduce our contracts. If we spend too much, we'll have to pay that out of pocket. So we want to kind of find that middle ground, and we're not able to make or use too much money in the process. So keeping around 92% budget utilization with some extra leeway at the break-even point, and amount of money that can be reinvested back into the company. We will have to spend said money. It is not counted as revenue, but we will be making extra money. What does this mean long-term for creation? So there are 2 things that we earn out of this project. A new platform. This is the project management platform that we've created on Monday.com. It is reusable, money-saving, time-saving, and it does not require much training. It is as simple as plugging in the deliverables for the departments that you are using, and being able to understand and keep track of that platform's charting. It allows for better quality project management, as well as tracking, comments, and receipts on who's doing what and when it was completed by whom. It could be outfitted and updated as much as needed. It has multiple functions for the type of project that you're leading to, as well as multiple different ways that the project board can be graphed, utilized, and formatted for what you are looking for in your project. Along with that, we are also looking at a new Trumbull location. This new Trumbull location is a little different because it provides new offices, which our old location did not, which allows us to have the ability to take on new contracts that required separate private spaces, as well as an overall reduced cost of about $30,000 less than our other location, better on-site maintenance, and again, yielding more cash flow from being able to take on new contracts from the overall better format of the offices. So Gantt functionality for time management. For this specific project, we utilize the functionality of Gantt management in a Gantt board. The project board was retrofitted with a Gantt chart that allowed us to keep track of not only the various deliverables and the timelines for each, but also how they interacted with other deliverables. This allowed us to create functionality such as announcements, such as notifications that would tell certain departments when a deliverable was completed and when it was to start a new deliverable in the system, allowing us for better tracking, better functionality, and allowing people to start their next deliverable as soon as the other departments completed it, creating better stakeholder management and communications between the departments. So how are we going to implement this? As I said previously, the implementation is immediate. It's already happening. It is a project that needs to be completed by August 31st so that we may begin on September 1st for full service at our new, for daily tasks at our new Trumbull location. Updates and changes can be made during the project for both the Trumbull move as well as the project dashboard. Because of this tight time frame, we are not limiting it. We are being very lenient. However, there is limitations to prevent scope creep and doing too much in the small time frame that is allowed. Follow-up will consist of assessing the project dashboard after the completion of this project, as well as improvements for discussions for improvements and how they will be implemented. And then later down the line, when a new project comes up that requires this, it could be fully implemented with the improvements attached to it and the changes being made, so that way we can see how that project board works better than the previous one, and so on and so forth, until we create a product that the company is proud of and can be utilized in multiple different ways. So on conducting this project, when I was conducting this project, there are some recommendations I have for future projects in this company as well as just in general. It was very last minute. We had a very early start date having an earlier start date to improve stakeholder management, and adding to a better collection of deliverables would make this project much better, as it felt like we were doing deliverables while also trying to figure out what deliverables we needed to do. Having a longer time frame pre-project will allow us to create a better, more succinct project team, as well as a list of deliverables so they can be conducted in the correct order at the correct time and space without having to be jammed together all at once. This will also help us prevent scope creep, as we can collect the deliverables at a much more normal, fluid amount of, in a much more normal, fluid way, instead of having to rush it last minute, and prevent people from dropping multiple deliverables on us at a midway point through the project because they didn't think about it, or they didn't know because they weren't able to go and visit the location prior to, and a lot of other things. Having this earlier time frame would make the project a lot better. Overall, though, the project is a roaring success so far. We have had no problems. We are looking for full open at the end of the week on the 15th, and everything is going smoothly. We are staying within budget, and the end of the month we're looking to close out the prior location and then look at how the project management dashboard worked throughout it, and if we would like to reuse it and what we need to change to utilize it in other projects as well. Thank you for your time on this overview of the Trumbull project, as well as the references I use specifically for this PowerPoint